Imagine you are in a meeting, or perhaps at a dinner with friends, and someone directs a sharp, disrespectful comment toward you. Maybe it is a blatant insult or a subtle, passive-aggressive jab. In that split second, the air gets heavy, your heart rate spikes. You feel that heat rising in your chest. Usually we face a difficult choice. Do we snap back and escalate the conflict, or do we stay silent and let the resentment eat us alive for the rest of the night? We spend hours afterward replaying the scene, thinking of all the things we should have said. But what if there was a third way? What if one single sentence could instantly shift the power dynamic and leave the other person with nowhere to go? Today, I am going to share a Stoic response that protects your dignity without ever needing to raise your voice. This is not about winning a shouting match or proving someone wrong. It is about a much higher goal, mastering yourself so that no one else can dictate your emotional state. Let us explore the sentence that makes you emotionally untouchable. Let us be honest. Disrespect feels like a physical blow because we often interpret it as a threat to our identity and our status in the world. When someone treats us poorly, our ego immediately sounds the alarm. It tells us that if we do not fight back, we are weak. It tells us that the other person's opinion actually defines who we are. This is why we replay these moments in our heads late at night, crafting the perfect, witty comeback that we didn't say at the time. The real exhaustion does not come from the words the other person said. It comes from the emotional battle we continue to fight long after the interaction is over. By getting angry, we unknowingly give that person total control over our mind. We hand them the keys to our happiness and let them ruin our day. The core issue is not the disrespect itself, but what we believe those words mean about us. Until we change that belief, we will always be at the mercy of other people's opinions. The ancient Stoics built their entire lives around one fundamental principle, the dichotomy of control. Epictetus, who began his life as a slave and faced constant disrespect, argued that we must ruthlessly separate what is in our power from what is not. Other people's behavior, their rudeness, and their ignorance are completely outside your control. You can no more control a person's tongue than you can control the direction of the wind. What is within your control is your interpretation and your reaction. The Stoics believed that no one can hurt you without your consent. If you do not feel insulted, you have not been insulted. Disrespect only has power if you internalize it and accept it as a truth. Calmness is the ultimate act of rebellion against a disrespectful person. It is a firm statement that says, I refuse to hand over the control of my mind to you. When you understand this, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the master of your perception. So what is this one sentence? When someone hurls an insult or a disrespectful comment your way, instead of defending yourself, you simply look at them calmly and say, if that is true, I will improve. If not, it does not concern me. The tone here is everything. It must be delivered with a neutral, confident, and calm voice. Do not say it with sarcasm or bitterness, as that shows you are still triggered. Why does this work so perfectly? Because it bypasses the ego entirely. If there is a grain of truth in the criticism, you show the strength to accept it and grow. If the criticism is false, you recognize it as a reflection of the other person's error, not yours. It shifts the focus from an emotional battle to a search for truth. You are essentially telling the attacker that their words have no power to unsettle your inner peace. From a psychological perspective, most disrespect is an invitation to an emotional game. The person attacking you is looking for a reaction, fear, anger, or defensiveness. This reaction validates their power over you. When you provide no such reaction, the attack loses its purpose. It is like throwing a ball against a soft pillow instead of a wall. There is no bounce, no energy returned. The attack simply falls flat on the floor. This aligns perfectly with the logic of Marcus Aurelius, who reminded himself that the opinions of others are just the noise of moving tongues. They do not change your character. They do not change your worth. By using this sentence, you are refusing to play the game. You are standing on the firm ground of truth rather than the shifting sands of public opinion. This creates a psychological dominance because the person who remains calm is always the one who holds the power in the room. The biggest mistake people make is trying to win the encounter. We want to prove a point. We want to make the other person look stupid. We want to land a better insult. But in the Stoic mindset, winning the argument often means losing your peace. If you descend to their level to fight them, you have already lost. You have allowed their character to influence yours. Protecting your inner state is far more important than protecting your ego. Your ego wants to be seen as right, but your soul wants to be at peace. Every time you fight back with anger, you drain your mental energy and reinforce the habit of being reactive. True Stoic victory is not making the other person shut up. It is remaining so centered that their words do not even create a ripple on the surface of your mind. You can apply this in the workplace, in your relationships, or even in brief public interactions. If a boss criticizes you unfairly, this sentence shows professional maturity. If a partner says something hurtful in the heat of a moment, it creates space for a real conversation rather than a fight. Keep your body language relaxed and your voice steady. Sometimes you can even combine this sentence with silence. Not every situation requires a long explanation. In many cases, saying the sentence and then simply moving on with your task is the most powerful move you can make. Practice this in low-stakes situations first, like when someone is rude to you in traffic or on social media. The goal is not perfection, but consistency. Over time, this response will become your natural shield. To truly master this, you must change how you see the person being disrespectful. Stoics believe that rudeness is often a sign of a person's own internal struggle. They might be dealing with insecurity, frustration, or a total lack of self-control. When someone lashes out, they are revealing their own character, not yours. Once you realize that their disrespect is a reflection of their own state of mind, your anger naturally turns into a form of pity or understanding. You wouldn't be angry at a blind man for bumping into you. Why be angry at a person who is emotionally blind to their own toxicity? This emotional distance makes the Stoic sentence even easier to deliver. You aren't fighting them. You are simply observing a person who has lost control of themselves. Ultimately, calmness is not about controlling the world or making everyone be nice to you. It is about mastering the one thing you actually own: your mind. The Stoics proved that inner peace is possible even in the middle of total chaos, exile, or war. Anyone can react. Anyone can get angry and yell. It takes zero skill to be offended, but staying calm in the face of disrespect is a sign of true elite character. The real flex in life is not having the last word, but having total control over your own emotions. When you stop reacting, you become unshakable. You become the person that others cannot manipulate. Respect from others is nice to have, but respect for yourself is a necessity. And that self-respect starts the moment you decide that your peace of mind is not for sale. Use this wisdom, use this sentence, and walk through the world with the quiet confidence of a Stoic master. I want to hear from you. How do you usually react when someone is disrespectful? Do you tend to fight back, or do you find yourself replaying the moment for hours afterward? Share your experience in the comments below. If you are ready to stop letting others control your emotions, try using this one sentence the next time you face a challenge. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to help you build an unshakable mind. Remember, the goal is not to change them, it is to master you. See you in the next video.